And it is Friday night.
We're back.
10:30-ish. And it is time for Wrestling Talking Randomness live from our brand new studio in the Nerd Cave.
We're going live in Nerd Cave first time. It's it's fancy. It's the first time I'm seeing it. I saw it for the first time maybe about like 10 minutes ago. I'm impressed. Look at that. No more bots. We can actually touch it.
What? It's not getting messed up? We got a little bit of WTAR on the table here.
Sweet velvet.
I am paying tribute to Mr. Fuji this evening.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
He's going to throw salt in my eyes later, so check. Jesus shit. So, check it out. So, thanks for joining us. It's another Friday night. See, hey, if you're still with us, I mean, we appreciate you guys hanging with us every Friday night. We're still doing it. We still, no matter who's here, who's not, we're still having fun talking wrestling, because, we're going to talk wrestling regardless.
Exactly.
So if someone else wants to join us, I know Sal likes to join us more recently. He's been a friend of the show, so everyone's welcome, man.
Let me just get my stream going here.
Hey, you do what you gotta do, compadre.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel so fancy.
Oh no. So anyway.
So apparently, this week we decided that we're gonna go live on the Ustream and also on Facebook, which apparently you can't use your phone sideways.
Definitely not.
You have to stack it up.
I see how that's going already.
So we're gonna make a minor adjustment, and that'll be good.
It'll be good.
So I don't see that anyone has joined us yet.
So if anyone's out here, holler at us. Let us know you're in here. Regulator was joining us a few days ago. Where all my peeps at? Fuck. Sorry, Regulator. Looks like we missed you last week. I did not end up on the show, but we're back.
We're back live and happy to be here.
Oh hell yeah! Why not?
So let's just talk about what we witnessed last night first.
Oh man, the feels.
I'm sporting my AAW.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Chicago Wrestling T-shirt.
I need to get that.
I don't know if you can see that.
There it is. We bleed that ass though.
Woo! That ass.
Oh, and the back of the shirt says "We bleed Chicago."
We bleed Chicago.
AAW
bringing it. Every single show they do, bringing it.
Listen, AAW. I feel like a proud parent. I don't know. I'm so happy that. Obviously we love wrestling, right?
Yes.
I'm not afraid to say that we're passionate about it. So
we're smarks.
Yeah, but we do freaking love it.
We absolutely do. You know what? I actually wanted to mention. We were in line last night for AAW, and Henry came walking up to us and was like, "Hey, is this the line for church?"
Yeah.
And we all kind of giggled.
Right.
And then there was a guy that was sitting just behind us in line, and he said, "Well, this is my religion," and that hit me because not that I'm not a faithful man,
right.
I have my own sense of spirituality and all,
no doubt,
but it is a little bit like a religion.
Absolutely.
The dedication it takes, growing up and watching all of it, the commitment.
That's what it is. I think the reason for me the reason I liked that video about a year ago that wrestling isn't wrestling is because it's so true, man. That explained perfectly what all culminated last night. We saw over the last year and a half, we've seen the progression of a certain character, Tommaso Ciampa. He left Ring of Honor, probably frustrated with his career, like he had said. He didn't feel like his career was going where he needed it to be. He had that conversation with his wife, like, hey, we're going to give this one more year. If it doesn't work out, I'm assuming he's going to go get a real 9-to-5, probably go work labor or something. I'm not discrediting. I'm sure a lot of these guys, some of these guys are educated. I'm sure a lot of these guys aren't because they started, not saying that they're stupid, but they're not educated in the school sense because they started wrestling when they're 15, 16, 17, and what do you do then?
I'll tell you what, though. A friend of ours went to the last AAW show, the one that we ended up not going to.
Yeah.
And she talked to, what's his name?
Machete.
Eddie Machete.
Eddie Machete.
He was a teacher.
Right.
he was a teacher. So I mean, these guys had some of them
Yeah.
had Plan Bs.
Yeah, and I definitely don't mean to insult it, like by no means.
No, because pure respect for these guys, because it's something I mean I would love to do it, but but I'm not in the shape to do it,
Strange
and
Life,
I didn't have that passion.
Thanks for joining us, Strange Life in the house.
Going on, Strange Life.
But so Ciampa had that conversation with his wife. 1 more year, he's gonna give it his all in the Indies, see what happens. And he talked about how AAW changed his life, like, and I truly believe it because I seen it happen, and it's to me it's crazy. It's just like, at the beginning of the show, people were lining up to get a picture with him. I was like, I've taken a picture of him every show. Yeah. I thought last time was the last show. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it be. Plus the line was long. But then at the end, like when we're all leaving, I'm like, I gotta get a picture with him just to tell him thank you. Like yo, I'm like so freaking proud of you. And he's just laughing. He's like, no, seriously, I'm like, you're our guy. Like, don't forget it. Like, you're our guy. And I imagine I missed out on like the CM Punk's leaving, and it's like I'm not putting him on that pedestal. Like, but to me, that's my guy. Like, I love Ciampa. So like, I can't wait for him.
Let me tell you something. Was this back in, when did we go to NXT? February? It was cold as shit.
February or March.
It was cold as shit. I remember that. It was below zero here in Chicago.
Yeah.
And we stood in a line that was at least a block long out in the cold for about 45 minutes. And then we all piled in to this old theater that didn't have any freaking heating.
Sure didn't.
So God bless those guys that went out there in nothing but briefs and boots and wrestled their asses off. And one of those guys happened to be Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
And you know what? He wrestled Sami Zayn that night. And he talked about that night, last night, in his speech. And if you guys want to see that speech, you can go to our Facebook page. It's about 9 minutes long. It's well worth watching. But I can tell you, I'm talking about it right now. I'm getting chills thinking about it. I feel like The Rock. Because you know what? When we were at NXT and he was wrestling Sami Zayn, and we're all chanting Psycho Killer as loud as we fucking could, as passionately as we could. And y'all, if anybody that's been with us knows how much I love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn all the way. This guy too.
No doubt.
But we were cheering harder for our guy, the Psycho Killer, the Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa, that night. And he talked about it.
Hell yeah.
I like to think that we helped get him over.
We got him. No, but last night, but other than the Ciampa thing, it was a who's who of independent wrestling stars. I even hate to call them independents at this point because I feel like it has a certain negative connotation to it. I just feel like it was a who of like wrestlers. I mean, you had Zack Sabre Jr., Cedric Alexander, Michael Elgin stole the show. I thought they had the match of the night.
Yeah, again.
Pentagon Jr., Phoenix was there, Sami Callihan, Drew Galloway from TNA of WWE fame.
Chris Hero.
I'm.
Who's a hero?
Chris Hero. I'm gonna murder the guy's name, but the Japanese dude, Shigiri.
Oh my god.
That guy,
I don't remember his name either.
I look forward to seeing him more.
Yes, he was awesome.
I'm not gonna say, oh my god, the best thing ever. I just look forward to seeing him more.
Cole Cabana, and he put on a great match.
Justin, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us this week. Strange Life. Yeah, man, thanks. This is all Nerd and Intern. They got the new setup going here. We got these, we got a couple walkie-talkies. Sasha, you there? Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. That's disgusting.
Don't let her husband find out, bro.
That's disgusting.
Don't let her husband find out.
Grow up, you guys. Grow up. But anyway, if you're a WTA or OG, you know what that was all about. And Strange Life, I know you know what that's about. He says, go Cubbies. Yeah, you know what I mean? The fandom, it's there.
It is there. I mean, then this, my father got for me at Christmas. Nice. I just put it up. I mean, this brings together my love of Star Wars and my love of the Cubs. And
can't go wrong.
Right behind Henry, we got a little corner over there where Lita and Nakamura and CM Punk giving the go to sleep to AJ Styles.
Yes.
AJ Styles. AJ Lee / Brooks.
AJ Lee Styles.
Well, she's got a lot of style. That's why
she does. She's got
that.
So much style, man. So much style.
Dude, I didn't even mention it. Episode 73.
Episode 73. The fridge?
Yeah.
No, fridge was 72.
Fridge was 72. Last week was 72.
Damn it.
So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that went down while we've been gone.
Oh man, a lot of stuff went down, but I think there's one really important thing. Mr. Showtime, what's up, buddy?
I like that you're getting the social stream because I am not.
Oh, maybe.
It's not updating. I don't know what's going on here. I'm
Oh yeah, you're
stalled
frozen.
out.
I don't know, but can we like jump the gun a little and just go to this Monday night? The big thing they have.
There was a big thing that happened on Monday night.
You hear this thing go?
No, man.
It's this new Universal Champion.
What could it be?
It's Kevin Steen guy.
Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen.
Oh my god.
Jim Cornette said he'd never make it. He's too fat. Doesn't got the look. He wears basketball shorts. What does Jim Cornette fucking know? I mean, I'm sure he knows a lot. Way more. I'm sure he's forgotten more than I'll ever know. But Kevin Owens is your new WWE Universal Champion.
Yes, sir.
He is basically the face of the company right now. According, in my book, that's the top belt because it's on Raw. They can say that it's they're the same on the same plateau. No, they're not. Raw's the top show. Dean Ambrose is just the world champion. Kevin Owens is the champion of the universe. So Kevin Owens, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, Strange is most important. Eva's hair.
Oh my god, for real, man,
And
for real.
A lot of love on the setup, guys. Justin and Strange Jack really digging the setup. I'm glad you guys like it. This has been a long time coming, so
It sure has.
so it's I feel at home with it. I like it. I just want to know what's going on with Jabba right above me. Is that like a shot?
Boom, boom, Jabba, Jabba.
No, no.
Jabba, Jabba.
But
No, that's a intern. That's like one of her favorite characters.
I like it. I like it. Mr. Shota, I did not see or hear what Russo had to say, but I imagine it wasn't anything positive. Like for some reason, it's fun. It's cool to hate on Kevin Owens, and I don't get it because
Oh, is it? Let me. I'll wager to take a guess. Is it because he's super fucking talented? Is it because he's the fucking Universal Champion, the champion of the universe right now?
he can do anything. Like he can literally do anything. He can brawl with you. He can even freaking high fly. The guy can give you high spot moves. You need someone to go out there on the mic and carry the show just verbally. Boom, he's got you.
I'll tell you what. You know me.
Yeah.
You know I was not a Kevin Owens guy
I remember.
coming in.
I remember.
I didn't care for him. I didn't like the attitude. I didn't like what he brought.
Right.
Until I actually watched him wrestle. Because, yeah, he can be a bruiser. And yeah, he can be a little annoying when he's running away from a fight, when he's supposedly supposed to be a good fighter. But the talent is undeniable. Undeniable.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, Kevin Owens, I'd put his talent up there with anybody. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Seth Rollins. I mean, they're obviously two different styles of work, but I mean, Owens is a guy who can have a match with anybody. He has proved that with anybody.
Absolutely.
And that's one of those great things in wrestling, you know, to jump the gun a little or make really odd comparisons. You know, Kevin Owens is one of those dudes who can have a good match with anybody, and that's what makes him special, I think. Remember, even just yesterday we were talking about Zack Sabre Jr. I feel like it depends on who he's dancing with in there to see how good of a match he is, because
I'm gonna come back from that statement.
Yeah.
We've seen up close and personal now Sabre wrestle 3 matches.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen him in more matches.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, I mean, so I've seen him live 3 times, and I've watched his CWC matches.
Yeah.
So not a ton. The only match that I've seen that I was like, wow, that was a bore fest, was the very first one I saw, and I don't want to throw shade on Johnny Gargano at all,
right.
But it was a match with Johnny Gargano, and it just, to me, it didn't appeal to me. Intern was a big fan of that match. She really enjoyed the technicality of it.
Right.
But I felt like that's all it was a technical match, and he didn't bring anything else. But I've since seen him wrestle Cedric Alexander, and maybe it's just the fact that Cedric Alexander is that damn good.
He is.
Because
That guy's great.
And Cedric, I know you're watching. You're fucking amazing, dude. Like, you're going straight to the top. You're awesome. Triple H, I know you said he's awesome. I hope you really fucking mean it. because that dude can flat out wrestle with anyone. He put on and I throw this word around a lot, but he put on a phenomenal match with Michael Elgin. I mean, just him and Big Mike tore the roof off that building last night.
And on a show that was star-studded and everyone was there for Ciampa's farewell, they stole the show. I truly believe it. And then Big Mike even cut the promo at the end, talking about, like, you know, since 2012 he has wrestled with Cedric Alexander, and he had said, like, you know, this guy, he's basically, long story short, he said cream rises to the top, and that's what it is. Let me get some of the comments we have here on our Ustream social. Showtime once again. Yeah, didn't see the rants. We will check it out. Justin, we will talk about that Miz and Daniel Bryan promo. We just have a lot of stuff going on. That's pretty much backlogged.
You know, it's been a couple weeks. You know, we've been away.
Yeah, it's been, we've missed 2 weeks. A lot of good stuff's happened, so which is good. It's gonna give us plenty of stuff to talk about. Hopefully, you guys will stick it out with us. Have you seen his old promo with the Strange Life? I don't know if I posted on the page, but I remember I definitely talked about they were in PWG, and I don't know, it was the Bucks. It's the infamous quote unquote the Mount Rushmore promo, because that's when then known as Kevin Steen, he was with the Bucks and Adam Cole, and Kevin Steen was pretty much bitching about how dare people boo him. He's like, you know, I'm the most talented wrestler in the world, and you know, I'm out there fighting Generico, and Generico's leaving, and you guys are all sad. He's like, fuck that. Like, and he's swearing, he's like, fuck that, I'm still here, I'm the guy. And he was saying, like, he was offended that people will actually boo him. So, anyway, he cuts the promo, pretty funny, real classic. It's out there. But he's pretty much almost ends up saying, he goes, Buck's got the title, Cole's got a title, he goes, I don't need a title, he goes, I'm the goddamn champion of the universe, and now he literally is the champion of the universe. So I don't know. I just thought that was pretty cool, and so look it up. It's their Mount Rushmore promo. Literally calls themselves the Mount Rushmore. And Kevin, I'm gonna get a little sidetracked here just because I'm me. Funny part of that is Kevin Owens is talking, or Steen at the time is talking about he's gonna make everybody suck Adam Cole's dick. He's like, not the Bucks. They're good Christian boys. They don't do that stuff. So it was just funny. So check it out. It's one of those really good promos. Let me see here. So Strange Life. Yes, we saw. At least I saw it. The Universe promo.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Right on. The KO Rollins matches are going to be great Showtime. I think it's going to be a heck of a.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be. Look, I mean, the question there is, who turns? Does Rollins become your mega babyface? From what I'm hearing, Cena's out for a few weeks. I think he's recording that show on Fox, True Grit, American Grit, whatever it's called.
Oh, is he doing that again?
Pardon me, that was awkward. He's doing that again.
Okay.
Finn's out. Those are your two top faces.
Yeah.
So who are you turning face? I mean, is that Rollins, or are you rolling with Owens as your face now? I think you got to turn. Actually, I think it turns Rollins face, doesn't it?
You know, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, I had a couple of notes here about obviously, you know, Henry's already tearing the set down. That's okay. That's okay. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it just like I don't know where they're going with the whole with Triple H crashing and causing Kevin Owens to win.
Yeah,
that whole thing has my head spinning.
It's I don't get it. I like it if it doesn't turn into a Authority 2.0. I fucking love it if it becomes a Uncle Hunter and his NXT kids.
See, that's kind of where I think it's headed.
I mean, I hope so.
I kind of feel like there's the possibility of maybe not so much like, oh, NXT is the third brand, which it is really when you think about it. NXT is the third brand.
Especially now, it's definitely going to be it.
Absolutely. But, like, the whole idea of him, you think about the talent that's up now,
Yeah.
There's so much NXT talent up now
Yeah.
that he could literally hijack both shows.
Yeah. Yeah. That's he can have.
And I don't know if
NXT
it's just gonna be on Raw or what. You need another one?
No, I'm just going. Oh yeah, it's the good stuff. Keeps me up. Anyway.
All right, what does Strange Life has to say?
Oh.
It's Showtime. I didn't even greet you this evening. What is wrong? You know what? I'm so busy with this fancy technology that I'm withdrawn from our family, our wrestling family.
Hey man.
Trying to get this crap fixed. Forget about it. I don't care. You can tell me what the people are saying. Showtime, how you doing? Strange Life, how you doing? How else we got tonight?
We got Justin in the house.
Justin, how you doing? I hope you're all doing well.
So I mean, maybe I just noticed that you're on the actual website. If you download the app.
Oh, okay. I could do that. Okay, all right. That's cool.
So that's cool. I'll just go off these.
Yeah.
So
we don't need this shit. I don't need that.
Alexander got signed with WWE. Yeah. I've heard that. We saw that commercial air on Raw, and it was about the cruiserweight division, and it had Ciampa, Gargano.
Couple of CWC guys.
Got a couple cruisers.
Ciampa, Gargano.
How you doing?
You had I think Ibushi was in there.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, Ibushi. We all know Ibushi's been signed. The only thing that I'm a little sad about is that if they're just going to be, if that's all it is, it's like we're having a cruiserweight division and that's all that, because a lot of those guys, like Alexander, can wrestle with the big boys.
Anybody.
He doesn't need to be a cruiserweight.
I agree.
Ciampa is the same way.
Yep.
Actually, any one of those guys. I mean, it's cool that they're gonna have a cruiserweight division. I like that.
Yeah.
But I hope that it's not. You know how like there's the X division in TNA.
Yeah.
But that doesn't prohibit them from wrestling other people.
Exactly.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I feel you.
I don't want to just see they wrestle in this weight class and that's it.
Right.
If Cedric, I want to see Cedric with an opportunity. Any belt.
Why couldn't he go for the IC or
the US or the big belt, man?
Boom.
Man deserves it.
Big belt.
The motherfucking gold belt, which ain't gold, but that's cool. With the red belt, white belt, whatever.
It's
whatever, man. Whatever.
It's red. Let me see real quick. Strange Life said. Wait. So Mr. Showtime says Rollins is gonna be the babyface for sure. Strange Life said he's cried at least 5 times during the CWC already.
I saw that.
Cedric has stayed for that. Cena. So Showtime says Cena is out for the rest of 16. They said I didn't read that, but that's crazy. That's a big blow for them.
Where you get your information from?
Who do you hear that from? Justin says, I think Rollins will play more to the crowd, sure, and then probably sign up Triple H. I 100% believe they're going to go Triple H versus Rollins. The only thing is, can they draw it out until Mania, or do they make the Survivor Series or Royal Rumble match? I mean, because Mania is a long time away. Yeah. I think we said 7 months, 6 months away.
It's a long way away.
Yeah, so it's hard to. I mean, I'm sure they're starting to book ready for Mania, but
it's hard to book that far out, especially with I hate to bring it up, but you got injuries left and right.
Yeah.
These guys, back in the day we used to have our little wrestling isn't fake UR sign over here.
That's right.
And wrestling might be predetermined,
100%.
but it is an athletic endeavor that I would say that most athletes couldn't fucking do.
Absolutely.
Because it takes years of training and just determination and just ridiculous fucking athletic ability.
No doubt.
And you can have all of that. You can be at the top of your game, and it's not going to prevent you from getting an injury.
Right.
Like Finn Balor, for instance.
Yeah, I mean.
And on something that was commonplace.
Yeah.
And poor Seth Rollins is getting pegged as he's like a freaking murderer.
Yeah.
Because
it hurt Sting, the buckle bomb hurt Sting, and
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people they talk about so much about, Oh, Rollins is. I get it. I get it. People have been injured in the ring with him. Um, the buckle bomb is a high impact move. I would have to say it's up to the other wrestler if they want to take it or not. It's that it's part of the territory. I feel
And he's not the only one doing it.
no, and he's done it hundreds of if thousands of times, and everyone else. He's not the first one or the last to do it. It's unfortunate that that happened to Finn. Like super unfortunate because
It was just a bad the way that he took it, and I don't know if it was the distance at which he was thrown, power that he got behind it, whatever it was. He just took that wall in such an awkward way. I mean, it's a 1 in 1,000, 1 in 200,000 kind of a deal.
For sure. Justin mentions, not to mention traveling over 300 days a year. Absolutely. I tip my hat off to any wrestler, just because they're out there getting it done. Like what 5 days a week, and they're traveling. Um, they put their bodies through hell for us, and I appreciate it.
Oh, Showtime. This guy.
Oh, you got it up now?
This guy. I'm the soft of the week.
Damn.
I bring you all of this. And this. And this. We bring you all of this, and I'm the soft of the week. I'm the soft of the week. Let me tell you what I think about that.
Uh-oh.
You know,
What?
we may have been gone a couple of weeks,
We were.
but Mr. Showtime, he ain't been around that much lately.
Where you been, Showtime?
You ever noticed that?
Summertime, you forget about us?
You noticed that?
We've been here. Where you been?
We've been.
My man, Regulator.
We've been. We got Regulator. We got Kimchi Sal. Most of the time, we got Strange Life. And you know, we're always calling out. You know, anytime we do little interviews, we do those interviews sometimes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you know, what do we mention? Showtime.
Showtime. Where's he been?
Where?
Where?
Where's he been? Where?
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 Where? And then he wants to come in, and after we've delivered this amazingness, he wants to come in and call me the soft of the week, even though he created the segment. He inspired the segment.
He did.
Let me tell you something.
If
you think I'm the soft of the week, there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
You made him do it.
SAWFT. Soft.
Showtime.
We still love you, Showtime.
Yeah.
But I had to get that off my chest.
It happens. You feel better now?
A little bit.
I like that.
A little bit.
You know, as you were shooting on. Oh, what was that?
Sasha?
Sasha? Oh yeah.
That's the stuff.
That's the stuff. So, as you were shooting on Showtime there, I have to talk about real quick. Silas Young shooting on that dude in front of us yesterday.
Oh my God.
So,
all right, I'll set it up.
Please do, because I'll probably
we're
insulting.
We're second row. I think it was like what? It was the second or third match.
Yeah, second match, I think.
For a guy in the first row.
Showtime said I've always wanted to beat the soft.
This guy had a pretty enormous head. He had a big head.
He did.
Yeah, he had a big head. I'll just say that. He had
a big cranium. He had a big noggin.
Yeah. And he was giving Silas Young the business.
Like, he stood up on the chairs, giving the double for
He was like this.
In his face, he's like...
Oh, he's just giving him the business. And Silas Young, for the most part, is really good on the mic.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, about a month ago, he said face instead of face.
Oh,
and we gave him shit for the whole night, basically. But other than... And actually, I threw it at him a couple times last night, but he didn't react, which...
Like, fuck you.
Good on him. But... he starts going off on this guy in the front row, and he's like, he called us cretins or something like that, and he's got this freaking 6 head instead of 4 head.
Oh, that's so bad. Like it was a deformity. The guy had a deformity.
It was, yes, absolutely.
He just didn't have like a Barry Bonds head. The guy, it was a deformity.
Yes,
you can tell.
It absolutely was.
He was obviously born that way or whatever.
Right.
And Silas just like, and this fucking guy in the front row with his 6 head. And everyone's like, oh,
And then
yeah, go ahead.
No.
I mean, it was fucking awkward. It's like, whoa, it got too real.
It did.
It got too real.
It got real.
But then the Zack Sabre Jr. went climbed on the rope and fucking kissed his forehead. Which no, I'm not gonna go there. But good for Zack Sabre Jr. is a better man than me. For getting there.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And then Sabre Jr. To bring it back to talking about him and his in-ring talent.
Oh, okay.
He tore up Silas Young yesterday. We dismantled him.
We've talked about. I'm going to jump into the stream real quick. Regulator, thanks for joining us again this week. Sorry we're off last week with no notice. Very short notice. But I'm glad you're back. We're not from Detroit. We're from Chicago. I mean, I don't know what gave it away. But I don't know if you're being... That's rhetorical. But I'm glad you like the new set. This All Nerd and Intern. They're killing it. Let me see. Leave him alone. He's already dead.
I just devoured 4 hot dogs in honor of our new Universal Canadian Champion, Mr. Kevin fucking Owens. Woo!
Can't believe it. So, okay, to get back on the ZSJ kick real quick. ZSJ kick real quick. Anyway, the dude was so fluid yesterday. Like, he made submissions look so flawless. He was like running water. That dude was so liquid. Like,
I mean, he goes from one hold into another flawlessly. And when you clearly this is a match that is, it's not something where they're like, okay, I'm gonna do this hold, I'm gonna do this hold, I'm gonna do this hold. It takes 2 to tango.
Yeah,
we've talked about it. And the way this guy, he crawls around like it's like an old fucking cartoon. Because you look at Sabre and you wouldn't think he was a wrestler. He's a very slim guy. If you've seen him on CWC, he's amongst other smaller guys.
Yeah.
But if you see him even up against someone like Cedric Alexander, who is maybe not super tall,
right,
but buff as shit.
But he's got abs.
That's he's built as hell. He looks like a boy in there with men.
He really does.
And if you guys ever watch the cartoons where like a little guy will be crawling all over a big guy trying to like take him down, that's what it looks like. Except he's taking the big guy down.
Yeah, he is.
He's just fucking, okay, now I'm going between your legs, I'm going to flip your leg.
I don't think Silas got any offense in yesterday.
Very, very few
Yeah,
moves.
very little, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was crazy to me. That was actually a fun match to watch.
Wait a minute, are we discussing large
No.
craniums?
We've moved on from the large cranium segment of WCR for the night.
Since we've been gone, I can't believe that this didn't come up already.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about the Raw debut of one. It's Bayley!
Yes!
And how about last week, or this past week?
Hell yeah.
We talked about, this was a dream booking.
It really
Bayley
was.
and the New Day.
How good, like...
Oh, mwah! So good. So good. Even so much
man.
that I didn't even mind Dana Brooks being out there with Gallows and Anderson. I really didn't.
I agree. Hold on, I gotta do this real quick. Good for Bayley.
Intern, hit the tubes.
Here we go. No, it was a long time coming for our girl to. I'm gonna stop that before we get sued for something like that. I don't know. I don't know how that works. We played in less than 5 seconds. Just go with it. Man, awesome that she's on the roster now. Sasha's injured or whatever happened with Sasha. She's gonna be gone for a few days or weeks.
Thankfully, she's not. It's nothing serious. She doesn't need surgery. So yeah. We're she'll probably miss a pay-per-view.
Probably. I mean, it's okay though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you guys have a Bayley channel on those walkie-talkies? We're fixing for them. Hold on.
Wait, it's actually setting 2.
Oh, okay, my bad. There we go. Setting 2. Here it is.
Stop it, Hank.
No. Just start already.
Dude, she'd have to take off 8 pairs of Spanx for you to hear it.
Worth it.
Actually, I don't typically do the whole objectifying women on this show. I try not to because my the intern's my beautiful wife,
Obviously.
and I don't I have a daughter, so I don't like to be that kind of guy.
Obviously.
But I will say that the outfit that Bayley wore for her debut on Raw was made to accentuate her curvature.
Yes.
Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
When she turned around, I was like, "Oh, Henry, happy right now."
Hug.
Oh my god.
Butt hug. Wait, what?
Butt hug.
Better than butt
Pick
chug.
her up like this.
Oh.
Whee!
Get over here.
Okay, I already did this off the week, but thank you for mentioning butt chugging.
Whoa.
Because I'm not going to do another soft.
Where's this going?
But no, you brought it up. That's fucking disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
That is fucking disgusting. Anybody out there who's doing that shit because it gets you totally fucked up, you are totally fucked up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that was my little sidetrack.
No, that happens. Last time I saw a butt chug was on Jackass. No, not in the Instagram face. Like, have I seen him in a real person? No.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
No, I'd be out of there. That's
That booty though. Yeah, Mr. Showtime, thank you. My booty is pretty nice.
They said Sasha could be back by this week, but for sure within a month. Give her the rest of the month off. Why not?
Yeah, let her. From what I understand, I mean, obviously the match that she had at SummerSlam. Like, I mean, I think Henry and I both we were frightened for her on several occasions. There's just a few things that she needs to stop doing.
There was some spot fest on there I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, but apparently she has some nagging injuries. From the word backstage is that when she's out there, she gives it her all, but then she gets back into Gorilla after a match and she looks like freaking Mick Foley walking around.
So chug on air? No thank you. Butt chugging purple drink. Is that
that's
sugar?
Drink.
Sugar, water, purple?
That's drink.
Those are the ingredients. That's right. It's a drink. Okay, so hold on. Regular ass. We'll take a quick poll right here. You digging Raw or SmackDown more?
Am I digging Raw or SmackDown more? I guess I'm digging Raw more. I feel like they're doing more. SmackDown, I feel like it's the land where they're going to be bringing back, like they're just like the Headbangers, for instance. And you know what? I am digging the whole like Chuck Norris style promos for
Kurt Hawkins.
For Kurt Hawkins.
Brian Myers.
But I'm hoping that like he's not just a sideshow, a novelty act kind of a thing. Guy is a good wrestler.
No, he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, and him and Ryder know each other real well. So, we might have some good matches there.
What was him and Ryder before there were the Edge Heads? There was something not the Hype Bros, because that's him and I forget what it was. Him and Hawkins were called something the brothers. Major Brothers? Yeah, so now they can be like the Major Hype Brothers.
Oh, he gets rid of Mojo?
No, they can start a stable.
Joins a stable.
Major Hype Bros.
Yeah, I don't really like that. Justin wants to know overall thoughts on SummerSlam.
Oh man, my overall thoughts on SummerSlam. I hated the way the matches were booked. I'm a nerdy traditionalist where the title goes on last no matter what. I don't think one person or one match is bigger than the titles. Maybe I guess. Sometimes I don't agree. Sometimes I think one match, but overall, I did not think Lesnar versus Orton was bigger than any of those titles.
Yeah.
How dare the Universal and the World Championship go on before the U.S. Championship match? I mean, come on.
That didn't even happen.
I mean, and then you end your second biggest pay-per-view of the year on two no decision matches, basically.
Right.
They're both Roman just attacked Rusev's. And then Brock smashed.
Yeah. And apparently that was the booking.
It was the booking. I'm sure Orton didn't anticipate the 12, 17 staples.
Homie bled like a stuck pig. He was
He did.
he bled well.
After listening to my boys Busted Open, they made, because at the very beginning people were like, did he go off script, and I don't think we talked about that, or I don't know if you read that Jericho got into it with Brock afterwards, like, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah.
Because I guess nobody knew,
Right.
and everyone's like, or Paul, yeah, because he was my boy, Paul Levesque. Jesus Christ. Fucking shoot me. Triple H was like, no, relax, that was the finish. So, the guys at Busted Open, they were talking about it, like, yeah, it was a vicious ending, something we're not used to anymore in WWE. But if you do pay attention to it, and I have paid attention when except for that major blow, like that one elbow, which I'm sure they planned, hey, I'm going to cut you open.
Right.
Everything else was on Orton's hands and shoulders.
Yeah. Well, that's like anybody that's where you go.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bust somebody up, that's how you do it. And from everything we've all heard, or at least from what I've heard, and I know from what you've heard about Brock, is he's a pro.
Yeah.
So that was the job he was supposed to do that night.
Right.
There's a lot of other things that I don't necessarily agree with Brock Lesnar, one of which being that he's exempt from the wellness policy.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't like the way he's being booked. I don't, I just don't. I don't like that. I don't like that Randy Orton was basically thrown to him. Like it was a sacrifice.
I thought, I thought Orton had a chance. I thought Lesnar was going to get his receipt for failing the wellness policy. Had been dropping F-bombs on TV, just kind of going out there like with a I don't give a fuck attitude, and I don't think that's an act. I think that's Brock like what are they gonna do? Release him?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Like, and I think he's got McMahon by the what do you call them, the grapefruits?
The cojones.
Because he's Brock Lesnar and he's gonna do what he wants to do. He does not give up about Heath Slater's kids.
No, he does not. He absolutely does not. Strength Life says he's a SmackDown guy because of the face that runs the place.
I've heard a lot of people preferring SmackDown because it's not so dragged on. It's a 2-hour show. They get a little more wrestling in. Obviously, yeah, they obviously don't have the talents or the names that Raw has. I think Raw tremendously won the draft.
Won the draft.
You have Bray on there. Bray hasn't done anything.
They're setting up for Randy Bray.
Yeah, they moved on from the Orton thing real fast.
Yeah, so that's something that they're
really quick. Also, I don't know if you also read or saw that it was announced for a house show here in Chicago, Orton versus Lesnar. September something. It's a house show in Chicago.
No shit.
And it is advertised Orton versus Lesnar.
Huh.
But they didn't talk about it at all this week on Raw or SmackDown when they had the opportunity to.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Well, you know how it is with house shows, though.
Yeah. So I mean, but Brock's doing a house show.
That's rare.
Come on, they're gonna use one of Brock's appearances on a house show. I mean, I get that it's Chicago, but still.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Lesnar can do whatever he wants, regulator says. Orton literally came back just to get the show with Brock. Yeah, knew the Lesnar match. Thoughts on? Real quick, I'll touch on that subject. We've talked about the jobbers. I've liked it just because it's pretty old school. After a while, though, you have to feed them to somebody real. Like
exactly.
Even right now with Strowman, give him Big Show.
Oof.
No, I mean it's not. It gives him a legit window. I'm sure Big Show will do the job.
You know what? Give him Big Show, but let him work with Big Show for a couple months. And I know that we get tired of seeing the same match over and over again. But with Strowman, if you want to build him as your next big monster, he needs to work with someone who's been the monster.
Yeah.
And I who better than Big Show?
Right.
At least who better than Big Show on that roster?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel that. Nia, I have no idea where they're going with Nia. I mean, because they've built her up to be pretty. even in NXT, I don't. Who is she? Who are the people she lost in NXT? Bailey, which I mean, that's like losing to Cena. It doesn't. That loss
Right.
doesn't hurt you really.
Asuka.
And Oscar, right?
That's like you losing to Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh. That's our.
And let me tell you, Asuka beat Bailey with a broken freaking bra.
Oh man, that looked painful.
Oh, man. That was so
Dude,
bad.
remember I was like, does she got some kind of piercings or?
It's just like digging in. Oh,
Poor girl.
yeah.
Stranger says he saw Brock at a house show in San Jose. Rusev and Lana. He made Lana cry. He destroyed Rusev and made Lana cry. Well, you don't make Lana cry.
Regulator has an interesting point. Says that the women's division seems to have lost some momentum from the brand split.
I agree.
Big time. Absolutely, without a doubt.
They should have all stayed on one brand.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we were talking about that with some people in the line last night. It would have made a lot more sense to have the cruiserweights either on Raw or SmackDown, and then have the women's division on the other one.
It gives you something to watch.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Would have made a lot more sense, and I also think that the tag team division should have been in one place as well.
Right.
I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. But you know, all this add the belts and all this other stuff, because we know this brand split thing's been done a couple times. We know how it works. Eventually, there's going to be unifications that go on, all of that business.
Yep.
You know, you could spare all of that. You don't need to do it if you keep the divisions where they're, on one show.
I feel you. Showtime, I think the SummerSlam was way too freaking long. Shit, what was it? A 6-hour event, pretty much.
Basically,
with the pre-show and then the actual show. I left. You know, we were all hanging out, watching, and after seeing a Styles match, you really didn't miss anything. But I was struggling to stay. I was nodding and
right.
No, I couldn't stay up, and so I left.
That was surprising, but I understood.
Yeah, I mean.
And you didn't miss anything.
And I missed nothing. I mean, you know me. I ain't leaving a wrestling show, but I couldn't keep my eyes open. So I thought it was way too long.
Awkward bookings. We already mentioned
Awkward
that.
bookings and.
The starting shows were much better than the ending ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Matches.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that should have been, and it would have given that, because like, I think, did we talk about this already on the show? I'm not sure. Rollins Balor. That's a dream booking.
Oh yeah.
That's you. I can't believe we got to see that match.
Yeah.
And the crowd was dead. It was dead.
The crowd was dead. Rollins had tweeted about because he felt disrespected that the crowd didn't like the belts. I missed that they were chanting the belt looks stupid or something like that. Whatever. For it being Seth frickin' Rollins and Finn Balor, that felt so flat. Like
yeah, it did.
There's if it wasn't for the injury,
yeah,
there'd be nothing memorable about that match.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Like, I mean, I know Finn won.
But I mean,
other than that, like, it was any other match. And you listen to guys talk about the business and talk about how things work on in the ring, is they work off the crowd.
Right.
What the crowd is giving them. The crowd wasn't giving them anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming the crowd at SummerSlam. I'm blaming WWE for poor booking, dragging out SummerSlam, trying to squeeze every last freaking possible minute out of people.
Yeah.
I love wrestling, but I don't have 6 hours on a Sunday night to sit and watch a bunch of a bunch of clips of shit that I've already seen.
So many times.
Like, over and over and over again. How many times do we have to see that Randy Orton Lesnar shit, the build-up?
Too many times.
Like, let's make it nice and simple. Give me an hour, a half hour on a normal pay-per-view. Give me a half hour pre-show.
Yep.
If you want to have a match,
with all those setup videos.
You don't need to set up videos. You can have Booker T and my girl Lita, or Booker T and Corey Graves and our girl Renee.
Yeah.
sit there and break down and say who they think is going to win the match. You throw in a couple commercials. You got Dolph Ziggler wrestling The Miz as a freaking colonel, whatever the fuck you're going to do. You could get that done in a half an hour. And then you book a nice solid pay-per-view where you don't have to have all those recaps, and you can get that shit done in 2 hours to 2.5 hours, and everybody goes home happy.
Yeah,
That's just me.
I don't know. It was really bad. I think it's an unfortunate detriment. Also, is that there's who said Justin just said they're basically making SummerSlam like a second WrestleMania. Yes, they 100% are because it's no longer Sunday now. It's the whole weekend. Everybody's having shows. I think Friday we ordered the Evolve pay-per-view.
Right.
Cody
was from Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, it was from Brooklyn. Cody Rhodes' first match back. We saw that. And then NXT just blew everything out of the water. I think NXT was the best show of the weekend.
Yeah.
This is now like tradition. NXT being the best part of the big WWE weekends. They outdid them last summer in Brooklyn. They
WrestleMania.
I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but they outdid them for WrestleMania. They outdid them again.
Hey, it might be me, and the fact that I'm a huge fan of Ciampa and Gargano, but I feel like the match that Ciampa and Gargano had against
the
Revival at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn was the match of the weekend. It was the best match.
It was great. It was a phenomenal match. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, AJ Cena.
That's the only one I'd put over it.
Yeah, AJ Cena was a great match as well.
Yeah.
It really was. Which again, Cena haters, say what you will. The man can wrestle.
Yeah, the man can wrestle. Let's get to some of these things on the stream here, on the WTR stream. We saw him cry. SummerSlam was too long. Strange, I agree. Those tag belts do look better in blue and silver. We talked about this yesterday.
Oh yeah.
It's the same stupid design, but they look a lot better than the copper and black, whatever.
Oh yes.
Raw.
Oh yes.
Regular asks, are Paige and the Real toxic to a company now, or what's the story? We just heard yesterday that the Real
has been released.
Yeah, I was talking to my boy Rad, or in our separate wrestling chat we just have. We talk wrestling. He was saying that the Real had an out in his, in his contract. So he asked for his release. Apparently, it got granted. His contract was coming up. And the other thing was that I think he told me that he was promised a championship run, right?
There were several things that were promised him that weren't delivered. I guess Vince promised him that Paul Heyman would be his mouthpiece, which I don't understand why that would be.
So they give us that culture.
But who wouldn't want to work with Paul Heyman?
I agree.
So there's that, and then he was also promised a championship run that never happened.
Right.
Or at least had not happened. Because he hasn't. If you really think, when did he come back? Royal Rumble?
The Real?
Yeah.
Well, it was almost a little less than a year ago.
Well, I'm saying it was Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
I don't know exactly.
I think Del Rio came back the same night that AJ.
Or was it Survivor? No, I think it was Survivor Series.
Was it Survivor Series?
I think I don't remember.
Somebody out there is gonna remember.
Showtime. I was just gonna get to that. I specifically read today, I think from Meltzer or somebody, that WWE told Paige that she had to break up with the Real or she'd be fired. And I think that's why there was. Remember a while ago we had mentioned that they were the only couple that got split.
Ah, okay.
On the brands.
Yeah.
So I guess that's another reason.
You know, I don't understand what the WWE has against Paige. I will say, like, if you buy into the stuff that happens on Total Divas, she's a kid. You know, she's 23 years old and she acts every bit of it.
Absolutely.
She's a kid. But when you put her between the fucking ropes, there's really no one better than her. And I love Sasha. I love Becky. I love Charlotte.
I'm with you on that.
Like, there's really no one that can go toe to toe with her. Well, they can, but your women's division is better with her than it is without her. Let's put it that way. I
mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head. It gets often forgotten how good Paige is because you have this women's revolution or women's wrestling thing that came about within the last year with, strongly behind the 4 horsewomen. But let's not forget that it started with, AJ Lee obviously speaking out, but Paige and Emma putting on a clinic in NXT. Like that's where it started. And then Paige came up to the main roster and killed it.
with AJ.
With AJ was there. They made Emma a joke, but they fixed her back up in NXT. Unfortunately, she got injured. But I think Emma's a heck of a wrestler also. But I think Paige, she should not be forgotten in this whole. She's like you said, she's what 23 years old max.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure, especially on Total Divas, like we've mentioned, we do watch. She acts childish, but I think a lot of that's for play, and she's 23 years old.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, and I know, and intern actually pointed out something to me that was really interesting.
Yeah.
She said that I forget what was the stat, intern, was that the last 5 women's champion were gone from the company within 2 years of winning the championship.
Yeah, once they get the belt and once their reign is over, they don't last 2 years.
Which
and
is
there's
ridiculous.
very few exceptions.
Yeah, I mean, we went through and I was like, well, Foxy
and
Natalia.
Yeah.
Those are a couple mainstays. But, you know, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's interesting to look back and think about it. It's kind of true.
I mean, Paige is 23, 24 max. I think she's 23 now.
Yeah.
They're not going to let her go.
I certainly hope not. But,
I mean,
but is she better off walking away and go? I mean, there's no. That's the other thing is there's really no alternative. I mean, was she going to go TNA?
And that's exactly what I was going to get to. Like, what for her? It's unfortunate for guys. They have other alternatives now. They can go to Ring of Honor or New Japan. I mean, I think New Japan is your best bet in the U.S.
Underground.
Yeah.
You know, Paige could go to Lucha
She
Underground.
could go there with Alberto.
Oh man.
Norma, the voice, says hi.
Hey, what's up, Norma?
Hey, Norma, how you doing?
Our girl Norma, how you doing, hon? Nice to see ya.
I want to remind you that the invitation for you to come and join us on air is still out there.
Still out there. Why don't you want to come hang with us? You can stay right in between us.
Hit Hank up in the DMs.
Sup, girl?
You know what's up.
Sup, girl? No. Oh man, we have comments on there. Let me see. Oh, Norma says hi. Yes. Let me like that right quick. There it is.
Going through.
Paige is under contract for 2019. Good.
They said ADR's partying was the reason they didn't want him with Paige. Alberto Del Rio's a little bit of a partier, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure the guy likes to enjoy the finer things in life.
Can we contribute their suspensions to
Probably.
partying?
I would assume so. I would safely.
Little bit of that, maybe a little popping something this
Little-
and that. Oh.
I don't know. I'm sorry, my nose itched there. I don't know. Alberto came back in Hell in a Cell last year and won the
U.S. title from Cena, yeah, okay. So Paige is under contract until 2019. Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean that they're not going to give her walking papers. That's the thing.
They better not.
You know, and like, if we're to believe some of the behavior that we've seen from the people behind the scenes to Paige, specifically Road Dogg chewing her out.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this is strike 1, this is strike 2. Like, it seems like they got it out for her. And then when you look at the bookings too, it seems like they got it out for her.
Yeah.
And I understand that you got you have a handful of women now that could be the face of the women's division.
Yeah.
Certainly the 4 horsewomen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Naomi could possibly be the best athlete that they have.
Love her new entrance.
Oh yeah, it's
her new entrance.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's as the kids say nowadays, it's lit as fuck.
I would say it's on fleek.
Oh man, don't ever say that. don't ever. But yes, it would be that as well. It's bodacious.
God damn it.
It's tubular. No, I love it. I'm glad she's got in the spotlight. I would not be mad at all if she ends up with the women's title on SmackDown.
Yeah, and let's talk about the women's championship on SmackDown.
Let's do it, man.
I mean, we've got a 6-pack challenge, which I don't know that I've ever seen a 6-pack challenge for women in a women's match ever.
I'm gonna do a 6-pack challenge right now. Like, show our 6-packs. Like, nah, we don't want to get kicked off Facebook for nudity.
Yeah,
too much sexiness.
Too much, way too much.
Too much sexiness. I mean, our 6-pack challenge would put John Morrison to shame.
Oh man. But really, our 6-pack challenge is we'd have a 6-pack in front of us and crack them all open, and just kind of drink it like that.
We can do that. This.
Yes, we could.
We can do that. This. But yes.
So we got a 6-pack challenge for the women's championship.
Who we got in there? Natty,
We got Natty,
Becky,
Naomi, Carmella.
How you doing? I like her new attitude.
I was just about to say, like she turned heel.
It's working for her.
You got to have some heels, and that's good. It was good for her. I'm glad she's beating the shit out of Nikki Bella.
Man, so happy. And Nikki Bella's back.
Nikki,
So
that's 5.
That's 5. Who's our 6?
Well, you got Natty. Let's go again. Natty, Naomi.
No.
Oh, how could we forget the last kicker, Becky Lynch?
But I thought we said her.
You did.
Oh, sorry.
You just forgot.
All
So
right.
Natty, Naomi, Becky, Carmella,
Nikki.
Who's our 6th? Eva?
Oh no, it's Alexa Bliss.
Blissy.
It's Bliss.
It's so blissful.
Let me tell you,
You tell me.
Mr. Fuji, respect. These hats are fucking hot.
Are those strictly called bolo hats?
It's a bowler, yes. It's a bowler.
It's bowler or bowler?
Bowler.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was bolo.
Although when I'm wearing it, it's baller.
Oh, snap. I like it.
Thanks, Showtime. Maybe a little slow, but he hit us up with Bliss.
Yeah. You got us. Are we gonna? Yeah. How's that league going? Is that league still up?
Well, the thing is there's a break. So after SummerSlam, there's a break until I think September 11th,
Okay.
and I don't know if we redraft or not. I need to look into it.
So stay tuned.
Intern won our first season. Like
By a landslide.
convincingly.
Yeah.
I think the next closest person was like
60.
60?
60 points down.
60
Woo!
points down.
Jesus Christ! How did that happen?
I'm awesome. That's how it happened.
Awesome. She came to play. I like it. Good job, intern. Cool.
I mean, we haven't even talked about that yet.
No, we didn't. Well, we can definitely get on that. There it is. Gee, why are there so many internet pages open? Jesus Christ.
I mean, seriously, we've got a 6-pack challenge.
we got that.
We got a
Who's your
tag.
pick, who's
We
your
got a
pick for a
tag
six-pack?
tournament.
For a 6-pack?
I mean, I'm gonna go with my heart and say Becky.
With Becky? Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, there's 3 that I'm really would be great with. My number 1 is Becky. I think Natty deserves another title run,
Right.
and I think she's killing it as a heel. I like it.
Yeah.
And Naomi is long overdue for a belt. Like, she really is.
Yes.
Although I will say, if they would have kept the women's division on the same show, with the amount of women's talent, there could be a tag women's division. I'm just saying.
Could have been.
Could have been, should have been, but it's not.
Justin, Nikki Bella returning on SummerSlam was a surprise to nobody. I mean, I believe there was a no reaction when she came out. Like, maybe it was a little bit of a pop, but
A little, but
The biggest reaction she got was when she did her final move. And everybody thought she was going to do the same one, but then ended up doing like
something a little different.
Yeah.
Which it was kind of like an F5, sort of.
I don't even remember what it was.
She sets up like the rack attack,
Oh, yeah, and then
and then spins, and yeah. It's a little bit like an F5.
Right.
Whatever.
Called the Double D. The Deathly Destroyer.
Now, if she did the AA,
That's a lie.
she turn it into the DT.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bam!
God, this guy's so sexist.
I am.
Anyways,
Ribs on Henry. Oh man, I farted on these walkie-talkies like 8 times before I.
No,
don't try to outstrange me, man.
Oh man. Oh man, what did I do?
What have I done?
So, your thoughts on the Miz?
We can go there.
Shoot or straight?
Oh, that was a shoot. I'm sorry, that was a shoot.
I think so.
Like that hit a nerve for him.
For Brian?
And for both of them.
Yeah.
I think Brian saying that he wrestles a cowardly style.
Yeah.
And calling him soft.
Yeah, I mean, Brian took some shots. Brian
He did.
Brian took shots, and maybe
Which I think were I don't necessarily. I think those might have been scripted.
Honestly, because isn't that his style?
I don't know. I thought Brian made those comments very tongue in cheek. He had kind of a smirk on his face when he's like, when I thought, I was on the independents, I thought that soft WWE style. I thought about you. Like, he had that tongue in cheek. Like, it could have gone either way.
Sure.
I hate to call it a work shoot. I think they had maybe like some parameters. Like, all right, just kind of take it there. I didn't think anybody expected it to take it like the way Miz delivered the promo of his life.
Yeah. I will say, is that why they smell like butterscotch and tuna fish?
Oh god.
My favorite, right?
I don't eat tuna fish.
So.
Yeah.
Or butterscotch.
Oh, I love butterscotch.
Gross.
It's my favorite.
Is it really?
That's why I hit on the old ladies. Hey, baby, you got any butterscotch in that purse?
Unless they got a Werther's original caramel. I don't want to hear it. So that's my shit right there.
So I feel like they both touched the nerve on each other. Like I don't think that maybe that was the route it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
But Renee's reaction, and if you look at Maurice's face, she wasn't ready for what came out of Miz's mouth.
It was funny though because she was just at one point she like kind of looked away at the camera like, oh boy, like I said, it was something about that facial expression that she had going on. There was I don't watch Talking Smack. I'm still not gonna watch it because I know whatever highlights there are, they're gonna fucking promote it 1,000 times throughout the week.
True.
So,
very true.
I felt bad for Brian in a certain sense because obviously that's like my guy, but The Miz, I mean, he nailed it. What did I say? I don't even know the expression right now.
He hit the nail
There
right
it
on
is.
the head.
He nailed the head. What? So, I mean, that's how it went though. Like everything he said was true. He's like, "Oh, you want to wrestle so bad? Why don't you quit and go back to the Indies?" He's been cleared by several top brain surgeons in the country.
Yeah.
He's just not cleared by WWE.
Right.
So any other promotion will clear him. He could wrestle anywhere else he wants.
He's under contract.
But he could also quit. Write it out. But I mean,
he could.
He
Legitimately,
could.
he could.
Yeah, I saw D-Bryce said it was a work, but they both touched the nerve. I agree. The Miz was fired up. Brian.
I don't think Brian was prepared for what came out of Miz's mouth.
Because Miz went in.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos to Miz. I think I had mentioned how I think it struck a nerve with Miz when he called him soft, and I think it's because Miz has been doing it for 10 years now. He hasn't been injured. Is he the best wrestler in the world? Absolutely not. He's not even in the conversation, but he gets the job done.
And consistently.
Yeah,
consistently.
Absolutely. And he's consistently gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, even months ago when they weren't using him, we were talking about on this same show. We're like, why aren't they using the Miz?
Right.
I think he's doing phenomenal. I won't get crazy. I think he's doing a good job as the IC champ. I think he gives the belt credibility, and the Miz is right. When they need someone to go do press and Cena's not available, they call the Miz. Miz looks like $1 million. He's got the look. He's got the perfect arm candy. She makes him look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Makes him look like a legit star. Like, man, who's this guy and why has he got that bombshell next to him? I mean, it's just
the same thing I have whenever I go to a wrestling show with this guy.
Absolutely.
It's just I walk in the door and all eyes are on us. It's
all eyes are on us.
But no, absolutely not to undercut what you're saying.
No.
And the other thing is, I think back about some of the stories that I've heard from the Miz, the way he was treated when he got to the E.
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on also. Go ahead.
I think it was JBL that was really harsh on him.
Yeah, made him change on the.
Told him he couldn't change in the locker room because he wasn't a real wrestler.
Yeah.
I
agree. Showtime
he got his start on the real world, so he's had that stigma about him Always.
But yeah, but he's always had that passion though. Like
Yeah.
I didn't watch that season of The Real World. Unfortunately, now I do watch The Real World. Which I didn't watch it when I was a teenager. Now I'm this awkward old guy watching The Real World. But anyway,
You creepy old man.
I know. Right? I think I actually started watching it because I realized, like, shit, even if I wanted to apply for the show, I am now too old to even apply to be on these shows. So, but anyway, I mean, I think to finish off my thought, that's where that emotion stemmed from because when Miz has been doing it, he earned everything he's gotten because he has earned it. As is Daniel Bryan, but when Daniel Bryan came in on that awkward season of NXT, they had like the pros and rookies. Everybody made fun that the Miz was Daniel Bryan's pro. Like,
right. What's he doing being a pro?
Like who's gonna teach Miz to wrestle?
Right.
So,
right.
So you know, I'm sure that stung to Miz, and I'm sure he still remembers that. Like, because anybody who came in or anyone who watched it was just like anyone who knew who Daniel Bryan was, Bryan Danielson was. It's like, what the fuck is the Miz gonna teach that guy about wrestling?
He could have taught him the WWE way, and maybe we'd still see Daniel Bryan wrestling.
He could have. I mean, that's
That kind of stings.
That's legit.
But you wouldn't have wanted that version of Daniel Bryan.
No. You love Daniel Bryan because he was Daniel Bryan and his moves were Daniel Bryan. Unlike Pac, aka Beardo, who's been on the show once or twice here, says that Bryan also had 5 moves of doom. But yeah.
Could you imagine back in the day, just like Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens let loose in a ring?
Yeah.
Or do we have to imagine it? Maybe we could watch it on the internet.
Or maybe Daniel will. Damn, Daniel. Maybe he'll make a return. I don't know. Shawn Michaels took 4 years off before he came back. Maybe Daniel needs a year or 2 to heal up.
Don't fuck with my emotions, Henry.
I mean, I
fucking love that guy.
I know. I kind of got the feelings like sometimes that like he's gonna come back. Like I don't know. I get those feelings sometimes.
Maybe that's why the E's keeping him around. Which he's doing a fine job as a commissioner. He did a nice job in the CWC so far.
Yeah.
So I mean, besides the fact that he cried, but what are you gonna do?
Hey man, he cries, man.
He's a man.
Wrestling is emotional at times.
Men
I don't know if you guys saw the WWE exclusive backstage interview with Brian Kendrick after the CWC. Spoiler alert: after Kendrick's match. I won't even give you a spoiler, but they're out there crying because the guys came up together and they had their first wrestling match together. They went to the same wrestling school together. They're pretty much around the same age, and I mean, I don't know. I thought that was. Did you end up seeing it yet? That video?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, but it's just kind of an emotional piece. So
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, right. I love when wrestling is emotional. I'm a big fucking sucker for when wrestling pulls my emotions into it. Like I love it. I think that's why we were also behind me personally, the Daniel Bryan run after WrestleMania 30, like him and then bringing Connor in the ring and just all that stuff. It's,
no, come on. No.
Not going. But I'm just saying that it was all part of a perfect package of like, when wrestling is bad, it's bad, but when it's good, it's fucking great. And I think it's fucking great when there's emotion behind it.
I feel, and this has come up in many forms recently, just in regular conversation, and I think a guy brought it up yesterday in line, and I'm gonna use it.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling's like pizza. It is.
Mick Foley used it, and Holy Foley.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's like pizza, because when it's really good pizza, it's amazing, and when it's bad pizza, well, it's still pizza.
Actually, I only use that for sex. Like sex is like pizza.
Yes.
But still, I mean, I agree. There's been times that we're like, wow, we're embarrassed to admit we watched this because sometimes it gets really freaking bad. Sometimes it gets bad sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
But then there's other times where it's just like, whoa, like I can't believe that happened. Like Monday night was one of those things like I haven't followed Kevin Owens since day one, but I remember a lot of his Ring of Honor stuff. And like I said, once again, like it feels like our guys. Like, hey, I saw that. Not as much as I think Ciampa's my guy, but with Owens, like I was proud. Like, oh my god, like he wasn't supposed to do it. He wasn't supposed to make it. He doesn't have the look. He wrestles in a shirt. He wrestles in basketball shorts. But
Hey, there's a singlet under there.
there's a cylinder. But he is talented beyond all belief.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't.
Katie Vick was really bad. I remember Showtime.
Oh yeah,
I wish I didn't remember, but I remember.
we remember. Rest in peace. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that I think Kevin Owens is like the top, if you want to call him a big man.
Yeah.
The way we talk about Bam Bam Bigelow and how agile he was for being such a big guy,
I can go with that.
Kevin Owens is at the top of the list.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it that Kevin Owens is a better wrestler than Bam Bam ever was.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
Absolutely no doubt. I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
even making the argument.
Okay.
I was just saying that a lot of people, when you talk about big guys,
Right. They go to Bam Bam.
that is the and that can't be the bar anymore.
Yes.
This is where Bam Bam is, and Kevin Owens is way up here.
Yeah, I agree.
The bar has been reset.
Yeah.
And speaking of lists, we have been talking for a very long time. And you guys, you hear this thing? You hear about this PWI thing? Pro wrestling ignorant.
Pro wrestling ignorant.
Let's just talk about the fact that the PWI Top 500 came out. And at the top of your list, do you want to guess?
Oh,
Want to guess who it is?
Top of the list?
Yeah, I mean, come on, if I'm making a list of the best wrestlers, right?
Okay.
Who you got at the top of that list?
Seth Rollins?
No.
No. Okay, he fought back from injury. Oh, it has to be AJ Styles. He headlined Wrestle Kingdom and debuted at the Rumble and was at WrestleMania.
And he beat John Cena
And he beat John Cena.
Twice?
AJ Styles?
twice, right?
Yeah, AJ Styles.
No. I mean, he's in the top 10.
Nakamura, once again.
What a year.
Wrestle Kingdom and NXT's killing it.
Yeah.
Has to be him.
No, I'm sorry.
So it's not Rollins. It's not Nakamura. It's not AJ Styles. Oh man, I don't know. Like Dean Ambrose, world champ.
No, I'm sorry. It is not Dean Ambrose.
John Cena.
No.
Who am I missing? Roman? No, it can't be. That's just silly. Who would put him at the top of a 100?
What the fuck? I'm sorry. This might kill all of my pipe dreams that I've ever had of being on the network or any of that, like, wildest pie in the sky dreams. But Vince McMahon, how much money did you pay Pro Wrestling Illustrated to make Roman Reigns the number one guy on the list? I haven't had a chance. Like, I don't think I saw on the newsstands today, it's a copy with Rollins on it. I don't think it actually hits the newsstands yet.
Okay.
But I have to buy a copy of it to understand how they justify. And I'm a Roman Reigns defender.
He is.
How they justify making Roman Reigns their number one pro wrestler of the last year.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I'm trying to find the list real quick where that would be in numerical order.
What do we got here?
Okay, go ahead.
And that was Hank's Hallmark moment of the week.
I don't even know what I said.
Robot Reigns.
Yeah,
Showtime said Lethal.
Yeah, was it Jay Lethal? No.
And Justin says there's a real petition that some guy made. He made it Roman Reigns would have to not wear his vest.
That's awesome. Let me go down the top 20 real quick for you guys. I mean, I got the top 100
Do it. Go for
in
it.
a row.
Go for it.
So the top obviously is Roman Reigns.
How you doing?
Number 2, Okada.
How you doing?
3, Finn Balor.
How you doing?
AJ Styles.
How you doing?
Jay Lethal.
How you doing?
Kevin
How
Owens.
you doing?
Nakamura
How you
at
doing?
7.
How you
Seth
doing?
Rollins all the way at number 8. He's probably because he was injured half the year. Probably.
How you doing?
Dean frickin' Ambrose number 9.
How you doing?
Interesting. Tied for 10th. John Cena and Drew Galloway. Oh, we saw Drew Galloway last night at AEW.
We did. My wife drooled all over him last night.
It's a good-looking guy, that guy. Sorry, I mean, I'll admit it.
He's a good guy. He's a good looking guy.
You know?
Yeah.
Just saying. Naito, number 12. I don't get it. I don't get the guy. I find him a little boring. Roderick Strong. Nothing wrong with that. I know he's a heck of a talent. He can do way more than I'll ever do in my life. But I don't get it. Maybe 13. That's Mr. ROH, right?
Yeah.
14, Samoa Joe. 15, Ricochet. 16, Ospreay. 17, Sheamus. A little high there. Number 18, another guy we saw last night at AEW. So that's 2 guys we've seen at AEW, the top 20. Michael Elgin. Number 19, Brock Lesnar. And tied for 20th, Jericho and Ethan Carter. EC3.
EC3.
Miz 22. Omega 23. I'm going 25. Lashley 24. Kalisto 25. How?
Man, he's awesome, dude. I'm
He
sorry.
is.
He's awesome.
But he's over Tanahashi and Saber. Why is Ryback at number 30?
Why is Ryback on the list?
I mean,
why is Ryback on the list?
oh, Sami Zayn's at 40. I thought he was like 70s. Never mind. But yeah, that's so that's you guys can find it. Maybe I'll post this picture I have on our Facebook page. You guys can check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Because there's the whole 500 list, but it's in alphabetical order, and that's just confusing. This one I got here is the top 100 in order.
Justin said that petition is because apparently the vest violates some sort of wrestling rule.
Oh.
Interesting. He wants to know, do you see Roman Reigns winning the U.S. Championship at Clash of Champions?
No. I hope not.
I think it's coming. I really do.
I think that they need to ride the Rusev train. I'm a fan of Rusev. I've converted a while ago. The guy's really good.
I think it's a lot like the Miz.
Yeah.
He makes that belt better.
Yeah.
Showtime compares. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Who were we talking about?
Rusev.
We were talking about Rusev. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's cool. You see Roman. We're on to the next one. Like I hope Rusev keeps it. Showtime. Go ahead.
Yeah. Saying that KO reminds him of Y2J. In the beginning, great wrestler, great on the mic. WWE didn't want to push him.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that. And I also I see now with depending on what else they do, with KO with the title, I see a KO Y2J thing.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
Like I just see that Y2J kind of leeching onto him and being like, you did it, buddy, you did it, and then backstab.
Well, yeah, he had tweeted that we're gonna make a great champion. So like you can kind of see it already. Like we're gonna make it like what's this? No, I'm the tag team champions. No, I'm the tag team. Classic Team Hell No. That was a fun time. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for anything Owens right now. I just hope they focus on him and not so much Triple H, which is going to be hard to do. Well, so what? Strange Life. I love the delete chant. We had a few delete chants last night at Mr. Galloway.
And he smiled.
Yeah, he smiled about it.
He's like, all right.
he even did. He was just like. But so I don't think we talked about where we see the Triple H angle going. Do you see it going where him and Steph are in collusion and they screw over Foley, or something my boys at BO threw out? Not Body Order. What if it's an angle where, because, okay, so this is how they set it up, and I can see it. Seth and Steph have been really friendly. Not that it's not going like a weird angle. I'm not going Ric Flair and Charlotte on you here. Yeah, don't give me that look. But Seth and Steph had seemed really friendly backstage. Like give him a hug, like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest night. Blah 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 blah. Apparently, Trips was in the background.
He was.
I
yes,
didn't.
sir.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I pointed
Just
that out to you yesterday.
you did point it out. The boys also pointed it out. But what if it turns into this whole Steph and Seth beginning too close together? And why the hell, if Triple H is out there as a free agent, why didn't he get drafted? Why didn't she pick him? And she picked Rollins #1 when he's out there, knowing that he can perform. Nobody picked him. So maybe like a revenge thing. Maybe like, oh well, screw you type of deal.
He's the goddamn COO, bro.
He's cool.
I
I mean, maybe it goes that route. I hope it just doesn't go Trips and Steph screwing over Foley.
we talked about the angle that I thought would be interesting, and
I wouldn't be cool to my dad. It wouldn't be fun. That's my Foley kid voice. It's not funny. It's like, come on, pick that job. No funny, Dad. Go ahead.
You're
Sorry.
killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
You play ball like a girl. Is that an insult? It's 2016.
Let's go. Strange Life says his top 2 wrestlers of the year so far, AJ and Broken Matt Hardy.
Hey man, I'm gonna give Matt Hardy all the props in the world because I loved making fun of him. I thought he was done. I thought it was like, man, it's meth and fat Hardy. But you know what, man? Matt has shined so bright this year with this whole Broken Matt thing.
Shine bright like a diamond.
If you haven't heard it, the Jericho podcast, Talk is Jericho, he does like a whole hour, like 15 minutes, in the Broken Matt character, and Jericho plays along. It's great.
Oh, I've got to listen to that.
Yeah, it's not Matt Hardy. It's Broken Matt Hardy for like the whole episode.
Now, I still don't watch TNA. Okay? But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Broken Matt Hardy may have saved that company.
Yeah. He definitely got it buzzing again because of the final deletion.
How ridiculous it was, whatever, but it brought people
I mean, it was
to TNA.
It was so bad. It was great.
Yes.
Like I'm putting that down as one of the great things in wrestling of 2016. That final deletion was freaking awesome. Look, a dilapidated boat. Like, what? And now they're selling dilapidated boat shirts. Senor Benjamin makes shirts. Senor Benjamin is on Twitter preparing the field for Massacre.
That's awesome.
Like, I mean, that was phenomenal. And that was all the Hardys. I'm giving TNA 0 credit. That's Cero Miedo. 0 credit. That was all Hardy. It was like, hey, this is either gonna be fucking awesome or this is it. It's the final nail in the coffin. And I think it revives them.
Speaking of Zero Metal,
Yes.
I got my own private one last night.
Yes, right. You connected. You are now uno de los perros del mal.
For real. Pentagon came into the ring, and he was like, kind of gave that peek out into the crowd.
He did.
And he locked eyes with me. And I was like, what do I do? Should I John Cena him? And then I was like, no, wait.
Oh, man.
He's a Cena fan. But then he's like, no, I'm not. And so
I love Cena, psych.
but we locked eyes and he gave me one of these.
I seen it. I felt it.
And I was like, oh. And I was filled with the darkness.
Are you now Nerd Black? Wait, no, Nerd Dark. Because he was Pentagon Dark.
That's right. Actually, they announced him as Pentagon Jr.
They did. They pronounced it as Pentagon Jr.
I want to jump to something that Showtime said. He said that he feels like we're headed towards a Rollins Foley team versus Steph and Triple H at Survivor Series.
Where is that even at?
It's right there for Control of Raw.
I mean, I could get behind it.
Justin thinks that Triple H could support Owens with the title, and Stephanie supports Rollins.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, speaking real quick, me and my cousin Rob. Shout out Rob. You asked for your weekly shout out. I know you don't watch it because you're always at work on Friday nights.
How you doing?
But anyway, we're talking about. He calls me at least once a week, and we just talk wrestling. So Kevin Owens, phenomenal actor, or legit didn't know what the finish was gonna be, because his mannerisms, his facial expressions when it all went down was freaking great.
He's a great actor.
I mean,
It has to be.
he nailed it because his hesitation to pin Rollins, looking like, wait, what? Like everything was perfect. Like
Yeah.
it seemed so natural. Like great actor or legit didn't know the finish.
Great actor. I really thought great actor.
Because I'm telling you that he sold all of that perfectly.
Give that kid an Oscar.
Give him an EGOT while you're
Give
at it.
him an Oscar.
Give him an Oscar. Whoa. Oscar?
Oscar.
Give him an Oscar. What?
No,
No, don't give him an Oscar.
No, don't
He's
give him an
happily
Oscar.
married.
that's right.
He's
You
happily
don't want to
married.
mess anything up there.
Definitely not.
Strange Life saying TNA is good right now with Broken Hardy's, EC3, Bennett and Moose.
Yeah, I haven't watched TNA maybe in about 2 weeks, but I have them in my DVR, and it's easy to make fun of them. Dixie seems like she is out of the picture. Showtime, you're right. But I started watching again just because I wanted to watch again. They went live. That whole Matt Hardy stuff definitely helped. Then I stuck around because a lot of our AAW guys are there. Trevor Lee was there. Andrew Everett's there. Two really cool dudes. I really enjoy their work.
Yeah.
Moose is now there. That's another one of our AAW guys. So I like to support them. I like what EC3 is doing.
WWE missed the boat on
Yeah,
that.
Drew Galloway is there, so it's
Same
just
thing.
like there's a lot of talent over there. If you can get past that, it's a TNA or Impact or whatever the frick that company's called, a product, you may enjoy it.
I'm not saying they don't have good talent. It's just I still I guess it is a stigma.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks of Dixie.
Strange Life says legit didn't know, only people who knew Ref Rollins and Triple H.
Legit didn't know. Oh, I think that's it's so possible. I mean, I don't know. But that's why I asked the question, because I thought his acting was so on point.
I feel he's that talented. I really do.
I mean, he can be.
I'm changing the subject here.
Yeah.
As I like to do, I like to jump around.
It's cool. Jump around, jump up, and get down. Jump.
Don't ever do that again, please. Just.
That was 5 seconds. You can't sue us. There's less than 5 seconds.
Oh man.
You bleeding?
No.
Oh.
I touched the makeup.
Oh, you did.
Did I smear it?
Yep.
I smeared it good, huh?
No, I mean, it's not too bad.
I had an itch. I had to scratch. Anyways,
Been there.
I was just saying EC3, WWE missed the boat.
For sure.
Drew Galloway, same thing.
Yep.
A guy that I think they're going to come to regret, Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan is an awesome heel in AAW.
Yes.
And you know, we see him. He seems like a pretty nice guy.
Absolutely.
And then he gets in the ring.
He turns it on.
And he just goes. He just goes. And
Yep.
he can wrestle, and he can make you hate him.
Yeah.
He can absolutely, you despise the guy.
Because he's a fucking disgusting bastard. He spits on people all the time. And it's just like, to me personally, like, if you ever want to make me rage, spit on me, because I think that's like the ultimate disrespect.
Absolutely.
Like, you're either gonna hit my mother or spit on me, and those are the two things that are gonna make me black out rage. So him doing that, it's just like, oh, what a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, and you just hate him. You just freaking hate him. And then last night, he broke the cardinal rule of lucha.
Oh man, what a heel.
He ripped Phoenix's mask off.
He did.
Phoenix had him in a. First off, he ripped. It was like just split open. So Phoenix had to wrestle half of the match with it just split.
Oh, was it? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
He ripped the eye hole, so it was completely tore open.
What an asshole.
Which, by the way, those masks are $150 a piece.
Good craftsmanship.
This is good craftsmanship.
Good lucha things.
These are good lucha things, man. ripped that shit.
Yeah, he did.
Which I don't know if they discussed this or whatever, but no. And then Phoenix goes in for the pin, and it was like 1, 2, and the 3 never happened. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And Callahan stands up with the mask.
No, I thought the 3 happened. I thought
The 3 did not happen.
Strange Life, have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us. Have a drink for me. Be safe, more importantly, all right? Don't do anything stupid. We want to see you here back next week.
Go Cubbies.
Go Cubs. What about spitting on your mother? Don't you do it.
They did the 2 count.
I thought it was a 3.
It was a 2 count. And
It was
about
stalled.
to do the 3rd, and then the ref went like this, and they rang the bell.
He deleted the match.
Yeah.
He
There you go.
it was a disqualification.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oof.
I guess removing a luchador's mask is a disqualification.
Hey, man, that's a disqualification in like half the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rotten.
for sure.
That was rotten.
Yeah. But just it's funny though because like you said before the shows, he's a good dude. Like you said, you've mentioned. I thought you that mentioned that you've seen that little kid Owen.
Yeah.
Talking with the wrestlers, talking with Callahan.
Like he went up to Callahan about 3 or 4 times. The first time he went up to him, Callahan had a huge smile and he was like, "Hey!" and gave him a hug.
Yeah.
Like there's a little guy. I don't know his story.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know his story, but the little guy that's at AAW all the time his mom brings him.
Gotta be about 9,
Yeah. I don't know if
I think they use 11.
11. Oh.
he's little.
Yeah. So I think that's probably part of the story.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's ill or what, but Ciampa also brought him into the ring last night, gave him his
Psycho
mask,
Killer mask. Yeah.
his Psycho Killer mask. It was a really touching moment, but
It was.
yeah, I mean,
Got Dusty in there.
it's still a bit dusty.
But yeah, that was a heck of a moment. But I mean, going back to Callahan, like I just think it's really cool, man. How these guys just turn it on.
Yeah. I mean, they're athletes, they're actors, they're what's the word? They're salesmen.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're out there selling their merch.
It's amazing to me what these guys are willing to do for their passion.
100, man. I don't want to discredit any other athlete in the world, but maybe I'm biased, but these guys like really, really work hard at their craft because they're out there doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Like they are the definition of grinding it. Like these guys, they don't have the luxury of like flying and this and that. Like they're driving their cars, and I'm sure Ciampa drove his car back to Wisconsin last night.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Did you hear that yesterday?
Yeah.
He said Milwaukee, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I was like,
wait. Well, it's like he grew up. Like at one point, he said he grew up in Boston, Mass.
Yeah.
And then makes his home in Madison or Wisconsin. Milwaukee,
Mass.
Massachusetts. Yeah, which is really weird. He's like, but Chicago's his wrestling home.
Right.
No, and I mean it better because we always love the guy. But yeah, can't talk good enough about AAW. Like I'll tell you, if you're in the Midwest and you're within like a 3 to 4 hour drive, get there, man. Like it is worth it. I promise you, it's worth it.
They bring the talent.
Yes, I can't support AEW enough. I mean, I could more because I need to get this shirt specifically. That shirt's so fucking bomb.
Justin brings up an interesting point that we have not talked about. CM Punk's fight. It is next Saturday.
Next Saturday night, CM Punk gets in the octagon with Mickey Gall.
Do you know that guy?
No.
The fucking gall of this guy.
Gall. So I've been watching that UFC presents like the whole CM Punk story. It's like a 4-episode thing.
Yeah, we need to watch that.
It starts with him training. It doesn't look good. He's getting beat up. He's sparring. He's getting beat up. Obviously, you see him progressing. He starts seeing it goes over his injury. And then how they finally found an opponent. The kid he's facing looks super legit. I mean, the kid's had one UFC fight, maybe now. Like since coming out as the contender for Punk, he was 0-0. but now he had a UFC match. He dominated that match. He's now 1-0. I mean, he's just a young kid. He's probably hungry, and like CM Punk says, he's like, hey, listen, Mickey Gall won the Willy Wonka's golden ticket. He goes, because everybody wanted a piece of him. He goes, he knows that it's going to be a big draw. Everybody wanted to be that guy because it's a payday at the end of the day. I love Punk. I hope it goes well for him, but I don't know, man. It's a young man's sport, and he's gotten into it very late. Nothing would make me happier to see him win, but I think he's got a tough hill to climb there.
I think we're in the minority.
What do you mean?
I think that you and I are in the minority. I feel like wrestling fans are overall pretty fucking bitter with CM Punk and the way that he left the sport,
I think so.
and they want to see him get his ass beat.
I think so.
I heard it from like my ears. I'm always traveling through crowds and like pulling in conversations left and right. And yesterday was very interesting in line listening to people because I could hear several conversations about the Punk fights next week. I can't wait to see him get his face bashed in and stuff like that. I'm like, I think people are just looking for him to get torched.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I don't necessarily. It's a lose-lose for Punk. I feel because if Punk wins, they're gonna say, oh, well, the guy had one fucking fight.
Yeah, who's that guy?
And if he loses, well, he never fucking belonged in the fucking octagon to begin with.
I agree.
It's lose-lose for him. Except, I don't think he fucking cares about it. It's something he wanted to do.
Well, and that's pretty much what he kind of addresses that in the show. He's talking about, he's like, hey, why the hell not? Like, I have this opportunity. And he says it. He goes, yeah, my name gave me this opportunity. I get it. But what's he going to do? Not take it?
Right.
And which is, people call it hypocritical because his main bitching was part-timers like The Rock and Brock Lesnar and Undertaker coming in WrestleMania season, taking the big spots, taking the big matches. Granted, he's not headlining this UFC pay-per-view, but he's
a big draw for it.
He's the draw for it. I'm not saying he's the draw for it because it's UFC. It's one of their big events, 203, whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce the headliner's name. Miocic? Stemmer Miocic? I don't know. I know the guy can fight, but I'm watching because of CM Punk.
Yeah.
Other than that,
yeah,
it wouldn't even be a blip on my radar.
I don't watch UFC. I don't.
Right.
Intern's not too fond of it just from the brutality of it, and I don't get behind it. So it's nothing about a moral thing or anything like that. It's just not into it. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You prefer storylines. I get it. So do I.
Showtime says UFC fans want to see him get destroyed.
Oh my god, my cousin, Big Rick, we've been going back and forth every day. 9 days, your boy dies. And he's an MMA guy. He does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He got the whole family involved in it. Yeah, I mean he trains in the stuff. And he talks about it, he's like he's got a bit of an ego. That's that side of the family. I'll call it the Bermeo side because that's what they are, the Bermeos. My cousin Rob will give the shout out, so he thinks he can beat anyone up in the world. But for info you guys don't care about, he did used to train with Dan Severn back in the day. So I mean that's a pretty legit dude back in the day, Dan Severn. But anyway, so he's my cousin Rick, who lives here. He was just like, I am confident I can take CM Punk right now. I'm like, I don't know, man. He goes, no, I'm telling you, I know I could. I was like, whatever, man. So, but like Showtime says, UFC MMA guys want to see him get destroyed.
Yeah,
my cousin wants to see. Like he literally told me, he's like, we need to watch this together so I can watch you cry when CM Punk dies. I was just like, why? Why do you want to do that?
Justin said the crowd was chanting CM Punk last
They
Monday
were.
night. I feel like almost every week
there has been
there's
the past
CM
couple
Punk
weeks.
chants.
Was it? I thought I haven't heard
it
in a while.
SummerSlam as well.
There were. It was a weird crowd, man. It was SummerSlam was a weird crowd. I think they pulled the crowd out of it.
No, this Monday deliberately though it stands out because I remember they started chanting something and Steph shut it down like she does, and so the crowd was like, "Oh, okay, well now we're gonna chant this." So I think that was a spiteful CM Punk chant that she didn't even address. because she addresses the chants. When she don't want to hear the chants, she addresses them, shuts them down.
Right.
But so then the crowd's like, oh, okay, well, CM Punk. She didn't address it.
No,
She just let it die down.
Yeah, and it died down pretty.
Of course. Yeah.
Morong says that Gall's an up-and-comer, 2-0 so far.
Oh,
He's 2-0.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Moran.
Is that on the Facebook?
Yeah.
Right on.
I think that the best option or the best thing for him is to not win the fight, but to put up one hell of a fight.
I could see that.
This way, it brings both legitimacy.
I mean,
I prefer him to win it, but
I mean, no doubt.
I don't know.
But
you rather see it get knocked out or choke out?
Ooh. Knockout. I hate those grapplers. I can't watch their grapplers.
That's what
popping joints and choking out.
I don't know. I don't want to see Punk get knocked out just because I can't handle that as a wrestling fan. I'm too fickle. I can't handle it.
what if he just straight up legit puts Punk up in the fucking go to sleep and knocks him out that way?
I think Punk mentioned somebody said, maybe it was you, said that if he can, he will try to get some kind of wrestling move in there.
Yeah,
He should stay far away from him as possible.
Absolutely.
Like he no. He just
You prefer that soft wrestling?
I prefer the soft wrestling. I can't handle it. I'm too fickle.
I noticed that the clock on the wall says that it's a little after 12:30.
Yeah.
Many times when I am closing down the show a little early, it's because I have a lot of driving to do the next day. This happens to be one of those times. I'll be doing about 6.5 hours of driving tomorrow.
Heading down south?
Oh, yes. My daughter turns 21 on Monday. So I'm going to visit her tomorrow with my parents. And so happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday.
Be good. But she will be. But what do you do? Anyway, so I think we...
If you know this music, you know what's happening.
So, this has been episode 73, as I close the new Star Wars notebook. Episode 73 of Wrestling Talkin' Randomness. Coming straight to you on Ustream and Facebook from the Nerd Cave.
It's quite the cave. I enjoy it.
And we have been your hosts, Hank312.
That's me.
And Incidental Nerd.
My man.
Follow us on Twitter. Those are our Twitter handles.
Hank312, Incidental Nerd.
That's right. Like us on Facebook. We post all sorts of cool shit.
We do.
Follow us on Ustream.
Yeah, follow us on Ustream.
Drop us a line at WrestlingTalkingRandomness@gmail.com. We can be contacted in so many ways.
Dude, just do it.
And we just love the contact.
We just like to talk wrestling.
That's right.
If you want to talk wrestling, hit us up, bro.
For reals.
You know?
So until next time, we'll see you next week. Same Matt time, same Matt channels, Ustream and Facebook.com. Peace!
Toodles!
And now for the awkward moment while we turn the cameras off.
Just robot.
That's one.